Hello, this is Easy and welcome to the update. I'm going to be going over version 3.18. I might be going over some other stuff, but I'm going to be focusing on 3.18. This first icon right here is the edit pattern icon. And what we can do with this now is we can select over multiple patterns. We can select the edges or points. What I mean by this, if I was to come down here and click this edge, I can now come over and shift click this edge. And now I can move both at the same time. So if I was to drag up, I'll just hold the shift key to constrain it to go straight up. I can move both at the same time. And I can also come down here and maybe select a point by holding the shift key. And I can move everything at the same time. Let's Control Z that. And I'm going to click in the background and deselect. What else we can do here is we can hold the left mouse button down and drag over multiple edges or points. As you can see here, I am selecting an edge, and if I hold the shift key down, I can select that one, or I can just click the point here and do something like that. Again, I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to go over multiple edges and points on two different patterns. Now you can see here, I'm going to grab the both top edges. Okay. Now I'm going to select a pattern here. Now if you want to select another pattern, you can shift click this one here. If you want to deselect something, just hold the shift key down again and click it one more time to deselect it. If you want to select all of them, you can drag over all of them like this and select all of them. Or you can select just one and press Control A to select all of them. Alright, when I click over here, I got this little marker here. It's called a picking point here. And you can see it's also over here in the 2D window. If I don't want that visible, I'm going to get off the pattern here and right click and uncheck the show picking point. Okay. Now if there's a pattern that I want to focus in on, I would select it. I could click it or right click the pattern once my mouse is over it, and we got this option down here called zoom selected, and it zooms right into the selected pattern. Now if I want to get them all back into view, I would just right click off the pattern, and there's an option down here called extend all. Okay, I'll pause the video and we're going to the next icon here, and it's called the transform pattern. You can select the pattern, but you can't select the edges or points. Okay. What this does is transforms the pattern. If you want to scale it uniformly, you can grab any corner and it'll scale it up or down in all four corners. If you grab the top or bottom, you can squish it down and left to right. And if you go way to the top, move your cursor up here, it'll have this two arrow icon and give you an indication that you can rotate it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just delete that one for right now, and what I'm going to do is get a copy of this one, Control C and Control V, and bring that one right here. Let's rearrange these one more time so we get both in the view here. Now, if you have one of these rotated, we'll give this like a couple of degrees right here, and shift click this one here, and we apply a pattern. Alright, we're going to go ahead and scale that pattern up so we can see it a little bit. Alright, now with this pattern being turned a little bit, you can see how the checker pattern is not correctly like this other one over here on the left. if I was to turn it back like it was, let me get it close as I can. Alright, a little bit more here. You can see my checker pattern is not uniform like this one here, so this is something that you might want to think about when you are rotating it, because it'll affect the way the pattern is, the way it's lined up, and it could also affect any physical properties that you adjust. This pattern here, physical property, when you simulate it, might not get the same results as this one. If you want to change this pattern here, you can either, there's two ways. You can just drag the patterns back on it and fix it again, or if you just select the pattern that you want to look like that right there, you can come down here and match all these up. You got the angle, the width, the height, the position, and you just copy and paste these to the other pattern. So we'll copy this one and paste it over there, and there's some more down here that I need to fix, but that's going to be close enough. Okay, we're going to go to the third icon here. It's called Edit Curvature. You can edit any kind of line. It can be a straight line or a curved line. Just bring your cursor over here, and you can just, when it's highlighted, just drag it in the direction that you want. I can drag it up, move it to the right, move it to the left, whatever I want. And when I got a straight edge, when I click it, it's going to turn into a curved edge. So I can bring that in like that. If I click it again, it doesn't add another point to the curve. It just, now you're just editing it. Simple enough. You go over here and just delete one of these, and you can see now I got me a straight edge back. We'll go back to the third icon. You get something like that. Okay, we're going to be going over this fourth icon here called Edit Curve. Before I do, I'll just go switch back to this mode here real quick, and we'll click here and drag up. Now when I switch modes here, it's the Edit Curve point. We can edit that point right here, and we can move it in any direction. Now with this icon here, you got a little bit more control of what you can do, or a little bit more that you can do with this one, this fourth one, because now I can click and add a point here. I just broke that one off, and add one here, and I can click and drag and do something like that. You can still move the points around. Once you click an edge, you'll turn it into a curve. Select that one there and hit the delete key. You can also delete these. If I select this one here, you can see everything switched off where I couldn't see nothing to delete any points. So if you want to delete a point or a curve point, you can highlight it, click it, and delete it. You can see this is not a curved point where it's a straight edge comes into it. So if I click it, highlight it, and delete it, nothing will happen. So it needs to be a curved point for it to be deleted. Click, delete. If I click it down here with the two straight edges meeting into it, it's not a curved point or a curved edge, so you can't delete it. If I was wanting to delete that point, I would just go over here to Edit Pattern and come down here and click this point and press the delete key. While in Edit Pattern mode here, you can hover a line or click the line or edge here, and I'm going to right click and you split. Alright, and we got some options. This whole option up here, this is something you kind of got to tinker with to understand it. If I explained it, might be a little confusing, so we'll just jump down to the split with length here. Alright, let me zoom out a little bit. I'm trying to zoom in as much as I can without getting everything out of whack here, so let's do that again. It split the you can see it split it the point in the middle. I select here, and if I click this little arrow on the top here, you can see the little point right here moving upwards. Let's do that again. If I move it down, I'm going to click the arrow down, and it's going to move it downwards. Alright, now remember I'm clicking the down arrow. If I just want to reverse it, I can just select reverse, and when I put it down now, it's going to go up. Okay. Then we're going to go down to the uniform split. Alright, and we're going to increase the number. And what this does, it uniformly splits the between the two endpoints, this one here and here, and distributes them evenly down that edge. So if I wish to add some more, and you can type in a value and press OK when you're done. Well, they're all highlighted. You can actually just drag them out like that, or shift click the ones that you want to move. Or we can drag over them. That was with the left mouse down and drag. Alright, the next step, we're going to go ahead and go to File, Save As, Garment. We're going to give this option here, it says Pack File Only. Alright, this is just going to save the fabric or the cloth here. Okay, when I press OK, I'm going to call this number 1. Alright, and it's going to go in this folder here, and I'm going to show this folder when I save it. Alright, like I said, it just saves the cloth only. So if I open the folder up, now there's going to be an image in here. This is not the texture that goes with this. This is a snapshot of the this window over here, the avatar window. This is not actually the cloth. Alright, now if I go ahead and go to File, New, File, Open Garment. Alright, I'm going to right click here and view as a thumbnail, and this is a snapshot. If I load, I can click either the pack or this one right here, and it's going to load it. And like I said, it doesn't say the texture, and the only reason why it's loading the texture is because it's loading it from the disk. Okay, if I send this file to somebody right here, they will not get the texture with it. Alright, let's go ahead and delete that right here. So if this is on your hard drive, it's automatically going to load the texture, but if somebody else gets a file, it's not going to work for them. I'll just load the garment here. So this time we're going to go to Save As, Garment. Then we're going to go to the pack file folder containing the texture image. Alright, press OK. We'll call this one number 2. And we're going to save it. And we open the folder up. And there's our snapshot image. And there's the texture it saved. Now you can just zip this up and send it to somebody. And they will have the texture, and they will have the cloth. Okay, I paused the video, so this time we're going to go File, Save Garment, And we're going to use the Z-Pack, includes the texture. Press OK. And we'll just call this number 4 with the Z-Pack and save it. Alright, we're going to go File New. Alright, we're just going to delete this off the disk here and see if it'll load the texture, see if the texture is embedded in it. So open garment, and you can see how that works. Alright, we're going to go to File, Save As, down to Project, and when you select it, we're just going to save this right here. Alright, then it's going to give you an option to options to save certain things. Do I want to save the avatar model? Then save in a project file, so select also over here. Then you can save certain things, alright? And you want to select over here. And you can select, you know, the avatar, the arrangement volumes, arrangement points, the avatar size model, the cloth, the scene props, and the animation that you can save. And you save that, and when you want to open it, all you have to do is go to File, Open, and Open Project. Okay, under the avatar menu here, we have an option to clear the avatar. Once this is removed, it's not hidden, it is actually deleted from the scene. As you can see, we have an avatar over here, and you can also remove the avatar if you right click and clear the avatar, and when I do, it removes it out of the scene here. And of course, if you want to delete the cloth here, you can just File New, and that'll remove that. And if you right click, and if you have any clear all scene props, a prop would be like something you would bring in as a prop, you know, like an OBJ, and you can clear all the props out of the background or foreground or wherever you got them at, and that'll clear all the props. Alright, and one last thing before I go here, I pretty much went through 3.8. I kind of seen this on the forum, and I don't know if this was added in a new version, but I thought this was kind of handy. We're going to go ahead and select the Create Polygon, and I'm going to click here, I'm going to hold the Control key and click, Now, to remove a previous point, most people would just think to do undo, but actually to do this, you would press the delete key and it'll delete the previous point. If I press the delete key again, it deletes the previous point. Alright, press the escape key, and that's the end of this tutorial, and thank you very much.